Hello guys, it's Paula, and I am back to do a video. I am going to be doing a botanical book, and so I thought we could do some stuff together. I have a lot to do for this book. I haven't even got the book put together, but I know what the cover is going to be and so forth, but that's a surprise. So, with the whole collage thing, so over the top fun. I don't know about you guys, but I love it. Okay, I want to do a few things. I want to do, whoops, dropping stuff. I want to do this B for botanical. What can I say? Trying to get it to roll off my mouth or my tongue. Okay, I want to collage on here, and we can get it together to do kind of a variety of, this is like an old index card that came out of a vintage shop. Just so happens this one's in pretty good condition. But I want to start putting a background on here, and I pulled a bunch of pages out of this book that is basically about plants and flowers and wildflowers and just you name it. So I think the first thing I want to do is cover this back in like words that have to do with flowers, and we're going to start that by just basically doing a collage. And I kind of would like to figure out a way to put this in my book where it will, I'm going to start right in the middle, and I want to try to get it straight. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, now let's do some of this. That's kind of a straight piece. Maybe I should put that up in the corner or down below. Let's make it a little straighter. Then maybe I won't have to trim it off, you know. All right, so today I went vintage shopping. And let me make sure, I didn't even check to make sure we were in camera. I think that would be important. Let me zoom in a little bit. We've got some room there to zoom in. Excuse me, I'm adjusting this right now. I want to bring it up a little bit so you guys can see a little more. I should have had this done. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like it's still further back than or further up than I want. But we'll go with this. So, I've got several things in mind to do. So we'll probably, this book is going to have a lot of collage in it. It's also going to have some other things that will be lots of fun. Let me get this going here. I think I put some on it. I just don't remember if I did the whole thing. We're about to find out. Okay. Okay. Hope you guys had a good Saturday. I was about to tell you, Rick and I went vintage shopping. I did not get that straight. And I have to get it straight. Sorry, guys. I like when you use a lot of text, I don't know, it needs to be straight to me. That's better. Now, I don't necessarily have to use all that text, but I really want to because I think it will look better in the long run, because we're going to put stuff on the back of it that on top of it, that will be colorful. So anyway, what I was going to tell you is Rick and I went vintage shopping. We went to an estate sale, and I got to show you what I got. So I was telling you guys yesterday in my postcard video where we did the faux postcards that I didn't have any. Well, now I have all kinds of them. Got these in a vintage, in an estate sale. And it was like 42 for $6. No complaints here. Yeah, I was like, wow. Feeling pretty good about that. This is not straight either. It is hard to get things straight unless you're over the top of them. Have you guys noticed that? Let me look. I guess if I'd hold it up and look at it before I stick it down, it might help. Now, I know from there, it looks like I'm just putting it in order, but I'm taking from different parts of the book and making it work here. So we went shopping, and I did find a quilt, an old quilt, but it was in really good condition, so I don't know really how old it was, but they're never cheap, you know. And I got a couple doilies. I always pick up a couple doilies. I picked up a little golden book, Cinderella. Let's see, what else did I get? I got a couple other just books to do. Do some, make some little golden books when it comes time to start doing that again. And then I got, what else did I get? I got some homemade paper, which really turned out, let me show you guys. There's 2 rows of it. Isn't that pretty? So, I don't know what to do with it. You guys give me some suggestions. What do you do with man-made, you know, not machine-made paper? I'd love to know what to do with that. I just got it because I was like, man, that's something I would never make. Just simply because I wouldn't know where to start, first of all. But so it was kind of a nice Saturday. We just kind of took our time doing everything we wanted, you know, and it was fun. And then I got some quilt squares. What else did I get? I got some small dividers. I've had these big ones, but I got some small ones. And now that I think about it, I don't think I emptied a bag that had any in it. I'll have to, my husband, he forgets to bring everything in sometimes. But, then I found some a typewriter, electric typewriter at the vintage sale that works. They had $30 on it, but we just so happened to walk in when they started their 50% off. So I felt pretty lucky. I got this typewriter for $15. Now, at Christmas, my husband got me one of the memory maker typewriters. Or we are memory makers, I believe. And because of my hands, you know, my hands are this weakling, I couldn't really, I couldn't press the keys down and type with it like you should be able to type with it. And that's just because I'm a weakling. And anyway, I was disappointed because I've had it. It's brand new. I've only used it 2 times. And then it was not even a full sheet of paper. I just taped. I wanted it to type little titles and stuff like that with. And so I wasn't able to do that. Boo-hoo for me. So I'm going to have to put it up for sale. And I had bought a cover for it. And it's got 2 extra ribbons, new ribbons. And then it's got the one that's in it that's barely been used. So I still have the box and all of that. So I'm hoping that that will help me to sell it. I keep trying to find a place to put these sticky ones, but I kid you not, you guys, my room is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to me. I'll put it that way. It's embarrassing to me how bad my room looks right now. But I don't know what to do about it. I don't have anywhere to put all this stuff. Are you guys in that same kind of predicament? All the stuff it takes to collage and to do the things we do in books, it is, how do I put it? You can't put it away because you're putting it away, getting up and bringing it back, and you're putting it away again. And anyway, I told my husband, I said, I need to find somewhere to put all this stuff. And he's like, you just said you had to get it back out again. And I said, I know, but I guess I am very much, I say kind of, but I'm really very much a neat freak. I don't like things out of order. I don't like that I am like that. I don't like that I'm like that either. Because it drives you crazy when you're that kind of person. You know, you have a tendency to be a little nuts over it. So we're getting real close to getting this covered. I say real close, but really I don't know how close we are. I got to cover all these little pieces now. I think I have just enough to do this one side. I'm not going to do both sides like this. The other side's going to be more fun. So I'm going to trim some of this because it's sticking to my little piece of paper I'm working on top of. I took off my thing that my glass mat because I just didn't, it just glares too bad with my light. And I just know from when I watch videos, it's easier if they have a solid background. So I've just decided to start putting paper under this. And when I'm doing like any major work, at that time I'll like if I'm doing mixed media or whatever, I'll put it under the, on the table under my project. But anyway, and another thing today. Sadie was on Rick's shoulder. She gets up there all the time. It's not high, okay? First of all, it's not high up off the ground or anything. And she will roll off his shoulder. I mean, you know, she's kind of a little bit of a dingbat right now. She's still a baby. And she doesn't think about, here we got an area down here. She doesn't think about, you know, that she could get hurt. And, you know, let me see here. I don't put her up high. I don't take a chance. So, but my husband, you know, he's like every other man. They think that she's fine and she'll be fine. Well, she wasn't. She rolled off of there, off his shoulder. She didn't go on the floor. She just rolled off his shoulder onto the sofa. It wasn't even that far. So she's been limping today. that I really feel like it's probably, she's probably just pulled something, because she'll run, but then she'll start favoring her foot, you know. So I don't know if I told my husband if she's not better in a few days, I want to give her a couple days to work it out. If she doesn't, then I'm going to take her to the bed. But I really, because I have massaged it, I put her up on her tummy, and she just stretched out for me to massage her. But she didn't jump or react, you know, like she was, like anything hurt. But she'll just, when I really notice it is when she stands still, she lifts her foot. So I don't know what that means. Only if they could talk, right? Okay. I'm having to use little pieces right now to get these small spots covered. I'm almost done covering them. I've got this little section right here along the side. And then that one section. I'm just trying to find paper that's big enough. Here's some. Let's see. I hope I haven't been tearing paper that has my flowers I need to use on it. There's 2 flowers. I would be just smart enough to do that. I'm pulling them out. I think I'm saving them right now. Okay. Who knows? I may have already done a few of them that way. Okay. Okie doke. Now you're probably looking at this thinking, so why didn't she just put a solid piece on here? Well, the reason I didn't was because I want to ink over it and get kind of an effect where it looks kind of like it's a different kind of texture. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Okay. All right, this is the last piece right here. Let me cut this part off. I don't need it. I tell you, when you collage on stuff, it really does make things. I tell you, I want to get something to set this in because it drives me crazy falling over. I know I'm just setting it down, you know, but it doesn't do a good balance or something. Okay, so let me kind of see here. Trying to go straight under this part because but then I'll wrinkle it all up or make it crooked, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, let's see what happens here. This may cover it all, and then we can move on. Oh, good grief. I mean, it is sticking to me, everything else around. This is not going to be perfectly lined up right here, but at least it's the only part on here that's not lined up. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, so now that part is done, and we can work on this other section here. You know what, I think next what we should do, let me make sure I haven't pushed everything out of whack. Okay. So now we've got it all nice, and I want to round these corners because I think they're just going to be, I think they're just going to look that made it a little bit thicker. Okay. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way. I don't know how I'll do it, but figure out a way to make this go in the book a certain way. Don't mind me. I'm just jabbering along here. I'm going to take this sticky part off. Okay. So anyway, we had a full day. We were pooped. We went and ate at a nice restaurant on the Arkansas River, and even though we're not Arkansas, so I'm doing this in circles lightly. It may not appear to be light, but it's not as dark as it might show up. But see, you can see the different sections. So you just do this, you know, you don't push down a lot. You just kind of go across the top. Now, every now and then, when you get around areas that, this is why I'm saying that you don't have to ink each section, because all you have to do is go over it, and it's going to do that for you. So for people who don't really like to ink, this is much easier. I like the look of inking, but I'm kind of like everybody else. I would prefer not to have to ink every single one of these little pieces. Do you know what I mean? Now I am going to ink around the edge before we do anything. I'm not going to ink on the back side yet until we do what we're going to do. And I will stitch around this in a contrasting, probably black. I use black a lot because it's a good contrast to other colors. Okay, there we go. So we can put our ink away. Now, this, I just decided to do this just before we got on camera, because I was going through different flower books and gardening books, and so I want to tear around each of these flowers. Now, I may very well ink these because I kind of want them to not be as dark. I want to keep some of the white here. Yeah, now I'm not going to label the type of flower on this particular part, but I am on other parts of the book. I just decided to do some that had stems, you know, that went like into the ground on here. And I did a few different colors so that it would not look like one big color. You know, I don't want just all purple. I even threw a white in there. And I'm kind of tearing them to the shape of the flower. So today I reached, I don't know if you guys noticed, I reached 1,300 subscribers. So, I mean, it's been slow, but it's happening. Finally. It's finally moving along. So we have to get to a certain point so we can have another giveaway. I know what I want to give away already, but we got to get to 2,000. So tell your friends. Share my channel. You know, you can share wherever you would like. You can share it on Facebook, whatever. And help me get people, you know, over watching. Or mention me. If you do videos, maybe mention me in your videos and maybe link my channel. The sooner we can do, the sooner I can get up to 2,000, we can have. And I may even end up telling you guys what I have in mind. It might entice you to really help me. We've been working on it. Slowly, slowly. But we're getting it done. Okay, I'm trying not to have a whole lot of white out around them because I really want to be able to put more on here than trying to see how many. I've got 3 more, so we will end up probably crowding them on here. Trying to mix colors here. I didn't go after every single color in the color wheel, but here's some yellow. Didn't hear from either one of my kids today. I'm sure they took advantage of the nice weather. It was a pretty day. It was cloudy, but the temperature was great. I can take those days over anything. Okay. Okay, let me go up here. All right, I'm sorry. I should have maybe done this ahead of time, but I wanted to show you how, you know, kind of how what I had in mind. And we may have to overlap some of them. I don't know about you, but is that not a strange flower with that giant leaf? Just kind of throwing that out there. I don't have the names right in front of me. They're probably on the background. I don't know about you guys, but I have gotten so addicted to collaging that doing a collage that I want to do it all the time. What is it that does that? I think Rachel from Roxy Creations I think she does too, and Gail, I think they love it as well. And then I know there's Jessica Rapp, I know she does a lot. I don't know, I mean, I know there's a bunch more out there that does, but I just don't know everybody yet. Okay. Might do that one on the other end. I'm trying to do it by height. And by the color that might look good. I've got an iris, and we've got to put the iris in here. You know, I guess I could put him on something else. I've got some other things I'm wanting to do. Like I'm going to do a guest check. Yeah, let's save him for that. Okay, because we really have enough for this. So I'm thinking they're going to look like they're floating. Let me throw some of this paper that I've got a pile right here that's in my way. I have things covering my trash cans. I have 2 trash cans, and both of them are covered with containers of stuff that I use to collage. And I have a second, like, it's a giant table. It's like it's like a folding table, only it's like this one. This is a folding table, but I have shelves built on them. My husband built some shelves in the background. And so, all right, so now what I want us to do is find some green and browns to go along the bottom. Now we're going to ink these too. And of course, I didn't really look for anything this. I want to try to avoid text because I feel like a text will just make it harder to, you know, we've already got text going on, I guess is what I'm saying. This basket gets rearranged every time I get in it to find paper. And it's just funny to me how, got a bunch right there, don't we? So let's see what we've got here. No, that's not. That's black. Now we're going to ink these. But let's see what we can do down here. Now I'm not trying to make a scene, but I feel like if I don't put something down here, they're going to look like it's like it's floating. Do you know what I'm saying? And that will look weird. So I am going to ink along this one side so that it shows a separation. Okay. All right, so let's put some glue on there. Whoops, come off there. I was going to do green, but I think green is going to be a little bit, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it'd be more subtle to use the brown, I guess is what I'm saying. And we've got this other piece here, but I don't think I guess I could do it like that. I guess I should tear this. I don't like where two sections meet to have straight lines. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's kind of how I look at it. I like them to be different shapes and not have any harsh ends. Forgot to ink that one. Did you see that happen right there? Just completely forgot. Let's see if I can make it look as good. The thing about inking afterwards, you'll see the difference right here. It ends up getting around and behind your background. And that's okay. I'll just do it on all of it. Then we don't have to worry about it. It just kind of gives it it's really like giving it a shadow. So it'd be like a nice shadow behind our flowers. Okay. Now let's see what they look like. They might look a little better now. We'll see. But they're still very white. So I'm going to go ahead and ink them. Now, I don't want them to be as light or as dark as the background. But I don't want them solid white so that they're not so stark. I might have to look up the titles of these. Now, see what I'm saying? It still has the dark edges, and I did darken the background a little, but not as much as the actual background. You know, when you collage, you can do pretty much any, I mean, you could do a scene if you wanted to do a scene of some sort. Just use your imagination. I think I am going to add a butterfly in here somewhere to give it some dimension. I've already thought about that. It's not quite as dark as I want around the edges. You want it to show a separation. Okay, there we go. This one's going to go there. I'm going to go ahead and put these down and hope that the others fit right alongside it, because you just got to jump out there and do it. Because I just feel like they have found their little area to rest. Now, if any hang over, which there'll be sections that will, I'll just trim those off because it looks more natural anyway. Your hands get too grungy, sometimes it can get on your project. And mine definitely do. All right, let me move this up a little bit. Make sure you guys can see it. I'll bring this over as far as I can. I'm going to rip off some of this. I'm going to rip off part of it. And yeah, let's see if that's... Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so now, do we want the yellow over here and the white over here? I think I want it like this because the span of this flower goes over more. But these two are taller because this one's going to be down in a hole. So let me see. Yeah. Made my decision. Keep having this piece of paper stick to my finger. It's pretty annoying. Okay. Guess I could put that right there. Okay, let's do that. This would be the first time I've made a botanical book. I know a lot of people do it. I just haven't. So I guess it's time, huh? It's that time of year. I've been waiting for spring to come along to make it. I've been gathering things for the longest time, really from the beginning. But it seemed like I was, you know, going from one book to another. And now I've kind of decided to slow down a little bit on making books until people, I feel like, you know, we made a lot, you know, through Christmas and through fall, and I will continue to make books because I love it. But I'm just saying, our journals, I guess I should say, I'm just spreading them out a little further than I was. Okay. All right. It's wanting to stick to my book. Okay, there we go. Let's see. There is no way to keep from getting ink all over you. I'm just going to tell you right now. There's parts of these super bright. Okay, now we have one more flower for the middle. Now he's the little guy. So let's get him inked up. I didn't get as much paper off of this one as I should have. Okay. I just keep having these little tiny pieces of paper hanging off the end of my finger where it's glued. Didn't take as long to get this one inked. It's not as big. Okay. Okay. And I will most likely title this Botanical. And what I'll do is I'll get my new typewriter out and do that. Wait a minute. I think I want to move that over. Oops. No, I don't. I do not want to move it over. Because if I do, it will tear. Okay. So I plan on putting like a label. Let me see if I have one. I had one earlier that I liked. Oh, listen, I've been lining up stuff I want to do as far as collaging goes. Look at this. Some things I want to collage, but I had a little label in here. I thought maybe it will go on this. Let me see. Let me set my little stack over here because I wasn't sure. I like the blue, but I want this on here. It says something special. Well, I don't care what it says because we're going to cover it up. But I just thought it looked good with something. And then I might go back over it with the word Botanical. Okay. And then we'll put the other one on here too. This is part of a napkin. I don't know how. I've got napkins. I've got everything out here. You know how that is. Okay. And so, let's see. I think I have to put it on top for the napkin to go on there. We'll see. Of course, I got it over too far. Let's see if I can move it. And I got it too high that time. When you deal with, well, it's a little crooked, but it's all right. When you deal with napkins, got to be really careful. And so I'll put Botanical right there. And so we have this side done. Now, I want to do something on the other side. And I want it to just be fun. So, let's just flip it over. And let's move this paper along. Fold it up. Save it for another time. Okay, oops, I didn't get them all trimmed. I forgot I had these corners on here. If I can get it to, keeps wanting to cut my cardboard. or actually manila folder. That's what it is made out of, the same thing. Come on. It's like things aren't wanting to work right. The thing that does bug me about collaging is how it wants to, you know. And so I put my postcards that I did last night, I put those on a, under a big book. And like, see what I just did just now helped. It just, you know, you have to be careful because you'll get stuff that will do this. What I do when that happens is of course I try to glue it back down, but I also add a stronger glue, like with a real fine tip. That way I don't have to worry about bending the corners or anything. Because, you know, it is, after all, it is it's glue stick. Okay, so let's flip this over. Now this time, I thought we could do just different. I'm thinking the colors that are here, which are purple, yellow, white, and pink. And so, I think just to make it fun, we should do some of these on the back. And then we'll go back and ink it also. And then I'll zip around it with the sewing machine when it dries really well. Now, this is not got rounded corners, so I'll have to go back and round the corners. Trying to line this up on a corner that is round. I got to pull this over. There we go. I'm going to kill that. that crazy thing. Okay, so here is some white. That looks like, kind of like pearls, doesn't it? We're fixing to see what it's going to look like. But I also want to put some journaling areas on this. So I want to put the colors that we want, but I also want to put journaling lines. So this is going to be like a temporary thing, and then we're going to start the other. Oh, I like this. I like these flowers. I don't even remember seeing that in there. Okay. I'm wondering if my glue stick is falling over more often because I'm getting low, maybe. Because it wasn't doing that as often. Okay. So the next couple of projects will be for my botanical book. Now we need purple and yellow. See if I can find some purple and yellow. I'm looking. Here's some yellow. There's a little piece. I'm trying to find a bigger piece. Let's see. You know you have it, but you just have to find. Oh, here's a fun one. Yay. We can put this for our purple. And then we got to find some kind of yellow floral. Okay. Let's tear it kind of in a funky shape. I'm wanting to put in the center, I'm wanting to put most of the floral. I mean the text area. And let the outside areas be the flowers. We'll see. I could change my mind in 5 minutes. Okay, let me get that off of there. Okay, now let's look for yellow. There's some yellow, but I don't like it, and it's not flowers. So let's see what else we can come up with. Because I dug out a bunch of different colors. See, that's yellow, but it's kind of a funky yellow, like a mustard yellow. I really want to find the right color. Wah. That's me. Wah. Okay, I found purple. I ran upon purple just now. That's why I'm asking. I know there's yellow in here because we used it. Okay, there's one. That's at least got flowers on it, right? Okay, how about we put it over in this corner since it's got a corner thing going on. I keep wanting to pick up I'm gonna move my ink. That's the third time I've gone over there and tried to pick up my ink instead of my glue. It's like, cut it out. Okay. Okay, now we need some text, right? So, I know there's yellow lines. I'm going to go get them. I'm going after them. Here's some. Here's some. Let's see what else I got. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. We'll go with this to start with. Okay. It's blue on the other side. Okay. It's getting warm in here. I need to see what the deal is. May have to turn my little fan on. We've been out of the house most of the day, so you know, when you're not home, you won't change things on your thermostat. I should have went a little bit wider with that one, and I would have covered that section right there. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, that's 2 sheets. I thought that's really thick. Let's see. Let's put it right there. Did the same thing, so maybe I'll go down there with it. Might save me. This is, you know what this reminds me of doing? Working a puzzle. You know, everything needs to have its own little place. And you know, I have been trying to figure out. I've been thinking, what makes it so much fun? You know? What makes us want to collage? Does it bring us back to our childhood? Oh, right there is a little spot. I don't like it. May have to cover that up. Okay, anyway, so does it make us um, go back to our childhood, or does it make us, I don't know. What do you guys think? Give me in the comments your thoughts on it. Why do you think we're so crazy about collaging now? All of a sudden, all us women are going nuts, you know, about doing these projects. So I can't figure out why, but I just know I enjoy it. Maybe it's therapeutic. You know, maybe it's like therapy for us. I don't know. Well, that didn't go like I wanted it to. Okay, let's see what this will look like. I'm thinking right here. This is where I thought I might put that. That's an old, it's an old page I stitched on, I guess, for a journal once upon a time. I must have tossed it and decided it wasn't good enough or something. I don't know. Who knows, right? Okay, let's do this side first. Now, it will get covered up because I'm going to be putting, stuff over it in some places. So it won't have that straight edge like we're seeing now. Okay. Lines, lines, and more lines. Here's some. Let's try these. Now I'm just going to tear off all these edges. Okay. Let's put that in that spot. Yeah, that's perfect. Come off of there. I really wanted to put some bigger areas in there, but I don't like to put the small parts if they don't cover a big section. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so now we need a big strip right there. That will help give a solid piece of journaling. But I gotta find it first. I know there's a big strip of yellow in here because I saw it. That has lines. Or, here we go. Here we go, here we go. How about we'll use this. At least it'll end up with a bigger area than some of the others. All right. Let's move up a little bit. All right. Okay, so we're getting close. Getting real close. All right. Digging a little deeper. I put this on the table, but you guys know what that's like, right? It's not that easy. Come on. Where are you at? Where are you at? You or something similar. Okay, there's this. We'll do this. This looks like a fun little... But I don't want to cover that much of that. So let's put it right in here or right in here. That's what we'll do. Okay. Trying to do some bigger pieces, but it just didn't fall in right. I really like to do big pieces on the journaling side. See, it pulled up that too. Oh, I think when I ink, it's going to be fine. I'll ink over it. All right, there's that portion. And let's see. I'm looking here to see if there's anything lying down that will work. Okay. I'll look on the other side of this. Well, there's some. This doesn't have lines. Let's see. Let's see if we could put this somewhere. I'm going to have to do a little section up here in order to cover that. But right now I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to move that paper because it's getting so sticky. All right. Okay, here is a little bit of a journaling spot. Looks like we have a little space right there. I'll have to stick something on there. Now, I want to put a little strip . Let's see what this looks like. I don't want it to get on my lines. We're just going to have to take a chance and see. Because we've got to get something on there, right? Okay. I think this side will fit better. If it covers a little bit, that's okay. If it starts covering the whole thing, nope. Don't want it to do that. No, I don't want the same stuff over there. Okay, let's just put a piece of, here's a little piece we don't have on there. It's on the other side. All right, this is the last piece we need to collage right there. Let me make sure we don't have any more. You know, it can end up being real tiny before you know it. You've got this section. Okay. It's looking pretty good, guys. I think it looks very botanical, don't you? Tell me what you think. I hate it that you guys can't just say, no, Paula, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or I really don't like it. I like honesty, as long as it's done constructive. Because that's what I try to do. When I am being honest to somebody, I try to be very gentle. And I speak about the positive before I speak about the negative. All right, guys, there we have it. Now I'm going to ink this as well. Got a part there that doesn't have any glue on it. I think it's because that string is there and it's kind of giving it a... Okay, now I'm going to set this right here. Put my lid on this stupid glue that won't stand on its feet. But I'm going to come up with something. I've got little containers. I've got junk everywhere. So I'm going to throw this stuff in here and put up these little pieces in the trash. Excuse me. Just hiccuped. Don't know what that's all about. Okay, I bet our video has gotten to an hour by now. I haven't checked it at all since we've been recording. I want to tell you, I'm going to make some different things for this book. We're going to collage this window, which is different than the one we did before. We're going to do things strictly flowers, okay? I've got this cool tissue that's Tim Holtz. It's more like a it's like a mixed media tissue, and I want to use that on some of the collaging. And I've got all kinds of plants and stuff. So yeah, I've got a lot of things planned for us to do. Let me throw this in the trash so it doesn't stick to everything. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm just going to lightly do like we did before, where it just catches the sides. I mean, it is going to change the color of other things too, but I'm not even pressing down that hard, except when I get around the edges of stuff. And honestly, I prefer it to look more on the brown side than it to be stark white. I don't know about you guys, but that's just me. See, this part right here still doesn't want to lay down. So, hopefully I don't mess it up, but I'm going to tear that little part off. And otherwise, it's just going to give me grief. And I might have to glue something else down later. But, yeah. What can I say? I just gapped it really good right there. But it won't lay down. If you don't obey and lay down, you're out of here. I'll add another little tiny piece in there. Now, after I do that portion, I come back and I darken just the edges. Whoa. And this will be the journaling side. And now, you know, we could do it like we do anything, and we could decorate it if we wanted, but I think since we have the label on the other side, let me see what else I have over here. I'm trying to think. I don't have any of my floral stamps out. We could add a little tiny tag across this because it looks bad. I have these little tags that I stamped with my but no, I think we have to cut it out and see. And we could put something on this as well, as far as this is really not a regular stamp, but it's a journal. It's got space to journal, and that's why I was thinking that it might work on here. Now, I'm not cutting this out perfect. I mean, seriously, I'm not cutting this out perfect. I have cut them out really nice for other things that I've been doing, but I'm going to ink around it, even though it's not going to make that big a difference. Just where the white edges are. Now, let's get this crazy glue out again. Whoops. Now, I'm also going to be making, we're going to make a guest check. We're going to do a bag. We're going to do this. We're going to do tags. I've got several things lined up of things that I do want to put in here as collaged. And then I've got, let me show you. They were laying right here. So we're going to do some square tags that are text backgrounds. I want to do a bag. I want us to do this glassine bag and see what it looks like. It might end up, I might just end up stamping it to keep it from being so, you know, thick. Because I think it would end up being too thick if we did it that way. So anyway, so here is our tag. I will be going around this when it dries, either with zigzag or straight stitch. This is the back. I'm going to fix that, although you know what? It's not even noticeable. That's so crazy. It looks like there's another piece of paper down there. So we're going to leave it. There you go. This is not a perfection type project, right? By no means. And so, anyway. All right, so let me see what the time is. Oh, yeah. We're an hour and 12 minutes, guys. I've got to get off of here. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the back. And this is the front. Looks very botanical, doesn't it? And then we'll put, maybe we'll put a title right there. And, yeah. We didn't do half bad. All right, guys. Thank you for showing up to do this video. Thank you for subscribing to those new people who have subscribed. I think there's been 5 or 6 today. So, thank you for joining us. We have lots of fun. And to all my old subbies, I appreciate you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.